हेलो। गुड आफ्टरनून टू ऑल। मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप सब लोगों को? यस, अ वेरी गुड आफ्टरनून टू ऑल ऑफ यू। एम आई ऑडिबल टू यू? यस। ओके। चैतन्य, रुपेश, प्रमोदिनी, सागर म्हणतोय हो सर येतोय. ओके. चलो तर sir, my Gmail account in Google Classroom and YouTube is different. Is there any problem? No problem at all. Rajat Singh, you can access my Google link through any Google account, no problem. But your Google account should be ऑपरेट बाय यू ओनली. जो भी आपका गूगल क्लासरूम का अकाउंट है वो आप लोगों को ही ऑपरेट करना है, ठीक है? बिकॉज दिस गूगल क्लासरूम, इसका जो पूरा क्लासरूम का डेटा है दैट विल बी गोइंग टू सबमिट टू द कॉलेज. If any problem is there, then I will not be responsible for that. So please remember that while operating your Google Classroom, the person or student आपको ही ऑपरेट करना है, ठीक है ना? यस. और while registering in Google Classroom, you have to write your name, that name you have written while taking the admission, ठीक है? So that I can recognize you. I am going to judge all you people on the basis of your name only, because we cannot meet physically during this semester. So that while assessing your internal assessment, I should be able to give the marks. For example, Kanishk is there and मैंने कनिष्क को कुछ मैंने परफॉर्मेंस दिया है, रेगुलर अटेंडेंस देखी है, उसका नाम ही दिया है, तो जो मार्क्स मैंने कनिष्क को दिए वो कनिष्क को ही मिलने चाहिए, ठीक है? नहीं तो क्या हो जाएगा? नहीं तो किसी के कम मार्क्स दूसरे को जाएंगे और दूसरे के ज्यादा मार्क्स किसी दूसरे को मिल जाएंगे, ठीक है ना? सो व्हाइल रिप्लाइंग इन गूगल नाउ, मैंने एक नाम देखा है आयशु. डोंट राइट आयशु. व्हाट इज योर नेम? आयशु आ गए. सो यू कैन राइट योर फुल नेम. डोंट राइट योर क्या बोलते हैं उसको, टोपन नाव लिहू नका. निक नेम, डोंट राइट योर निक नेम हियर, ठीक है? अंडरस्टूड ऑल ऑफ यू? अंडरस्टूड और नॉट? यस और नो? भाई जल्दी से बोल दो, मुझे लेक्चर स्टार्ट करना है. ऐश्वर्या, करेक्ट. ऐश्वर्या. तो ऐश्वर्या पूर्ण हाँ. सागर तांबड़े सिंह निक नेम, ठीक है? चलो तो राइट योर द डॉक्यूमेंट नेम हियर ओनली, ठीक है? Chalo. So, can I start lecture now? Can I start the lecture? Yes, very good. So this is your lecture number 4. So in last lecture we were talking about the some problems, and let me apologize myself because in the last lecture I did one mistake here, and some people were asking me doubts about that question or about that particular problem. So I studied that problem in more detail and I got my mistake. So first of all, ऐसी तो mistake नहीं होनी चाहिए, लेकिन ये ऑनलाइन टीचिंग है, बहुत से सारे प्रॉब्लम्स है, बहुत से सारे चीज़ें मुझे ऑपरेट करनी पड़ती, तो इट में हैपन्स बट एक्चुअली नहीं होनी चाहिए, ठीक है? सो क्या वो मिस्टेक थी, मैं आप लोगों को इस लेक्चर में बोलने वाला हूँ. क्या मिस्टेक थी ना, वो मैं आप लोगों को बोलने वाला हूँ. सिंपल मिस्टेक थी व्हाइल कंसीडरिंग द डेविएशंस. डेविएशन का मैंने आप लोगों को बोला है. डेविएशन इज डेल इज इक्वल्स टू x minus x bar, and this x minus x bar should be in mod, and if it is in mod, then no question of positive or negative sign, माइनस और प्लस साइन का कुछ उसमें सवाल ही नहीं आता, तो मैंने वो कंसिडर किया था लास्ट टाइम. सो वी विल अगेन सॉल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम. जो लास्ट प्रॉब्लम हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे थे, किसी ने मुझे बोला भी था सर हाउ दिस इज कम, बट mod is there, so don't forget to take that mod. Last lecture I have forgot to consider that mod sign is there. Okay, so while considering the deviation we will solve this problem, don't worry. While considering the deviation always remember that mod is there. ठीक है, सो दिस वाज दैट प्रॉब्लम लास्ट टाइम हम लोगों ने, और प्रॉब्लम में भी कुछ ये था, कुछ मिस्टेक्स थे, ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ मॉड ही मैंने कंसीडर नहीं किया था. दैट प्रॉब्लम वाज आल्सो रॉन्ग प्रॉब्लम, सो आई हैव करेक्ट इट and the new problem, same problem is there, but one or two figure is different from that last problem. So we'll first read this problem carefully. Analyst, or you may write down this problem, so that we can while discussing next time, you will have that problem also. Okay, so analysts were obtained the 4 measurement on repeating the same experiment. So one chemist was there and he has performed some experiments. How many times he has performed that experiment? 4 times. 4 measurements लिए, कितने readings लिए उसने? 4 measurements लिए. And how or what the result he got? He got 51.4, 53.7, 49.8 and 54.1. Calculate the mean deviation, standard deviation and relative mean deviation. So आपको mean deviation calculate करना है, standard deviation calculate करना है, relative mean deviation calculate करना है. So number of experiment it is given here. So this n value is given here. If you talk about the solution, solution I will write here. n का value दिया है, n is equal to how much? 4. n is equal to 4. So first of all you have to calculate the mean. So अगर किसी के पास problem है तो you can tell me directly the mean. So take the addition of all these 4 value. While I am writing now, you can add these 4 values and you can immediately tell me the answer. Sit with your pen, notebook and scientific calc. So how much this addition is there? How much? कितना additions था? तो ये था 209 divided by 4. So it will come 52.25. So this is the mean. So first thing what you have to do, first you have to calculate the mean. ठीक है, प्रमोदिनी is saying 52.25. So this is the mean. करेक्ट. अब मीन के बाद क्या कैलकुलेट करना है आपको कैलकुलेट करना है डेविएशन. मीन के बाद क्या कैलकुलेट करना है? डेविएशन कैलकुलेट करना है. And what is the formula for deviation? Del is equal to mod. Please remember this mod. Last time I forgot to consider this mod. So mod x minus x bar. X minus x bar. So we will calculate the values for deviation for all these data sets. That is del 1. Del 1 is equal to this value. This is del 1. This is del 2. This is del 3 and this is del 4. So ठीक है. So del 1 is how much? Del 1 is 51.4 minus mean. X bar is equal to, this is your x bar. This is your x bar. This is your x bar. So 52.25. Now tell me the subtraction of this value. कितना आ रहा है? बोलो जल्दी से. It will come 0.85. ठीक है. Now calculate for D2. D2 is how much? 53.7 minus 52.25. Tell me the value. कितनी है? बोलो जल्दी से. 1.45. Yes or no? ठीक है, चलो. So we'll calculate for 1.45. Del 3. Del 3 how much is? 49.8 minus 52.25. How much is this? How much is this? $2.45. Correct, Pramodini. 2.45. Then del 4. Del 4 की क्या है? Del 4 is 54.1. Del 4 is 52.25 and this will come as 1.84. So this is your deviation for all the 4 values. This is your deviation for all the 4 values. So you have to calculate the mean deviation. You have to calculate the mean deviation. Mean deviation means, mean D means you have to add these 4 value. मीन डिविएशन मीन्स यू हैव टू ऐड दिस 4 वैल्यू. कितना आ रहा है ये एडिशन बोलो मुझे. एंड डिवाइडेड बाय n, डिवाइडेड बाय n. n इज हाउ मच हियर 4. कितना आ रहा है इसका एडिशन बोलो जल्दी से. 0.85 प्लस 1.45 प्लस 2.45 प्लस 1.85. हाउ मच इज दिस. कितना आ रहा है. यस चैतन्य 66.6 डिवाइडेड बाय 4. सो ये आ जाएगा 1.65. ये आ जाएगा 1.65. सो वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड द मीन डेविएशन. फर्स्ट जो आपको पूछा था ना वो हम लोगों ने कैलकुलेट किया है. मीन डेविएशन इज इक्वल टू 1.65. मीन डेविएशन इज इक्वल टू 1.65. देन व्हाट यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट. यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन. यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट व्हाट. स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन. स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन का भी आपके पास फॉर्मूला है, ठीक है ना. सो दीज आर द डेविएशंस. स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन का भी पहले हम RMD कैलकुलेट करेंगे. स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन का भी मैंने लास्ट लेक्चर फॉर्मूला बोला था. देन वी विल कैलकुलेट द रिलेटिव मीन डेविएशन. वी विल कैलकुलेट RMD, relative mean deviation. Relative mean deviation. What is the formula for relative mean deviation? Average deviation divided by mean divided by mean. This mean you have to take divided by mean. So average deviation is how much. Average deviation means this one. Average deviation means this one. 1.65 divided by 52.25 multiplied by 100. This will give in terms of percentage. ये वैल्यू आप लोगों को मिल जाएगी परसेंटेज में. तो कितनी आ जाएगी ये वैल्यू बोलो. 1.65 divided by 52.25. it will come 0.135 multiplied by 100. ठीक है. और ये आ जाएगा 1.35 in percentage. So in this way you will calculate the relative mean deviation. Standard deviation था वो हम लोगों ने लास्ट लेक्चर में कैलकुलेट करके दिया है. आप लोग ये कैलकुलेट करोगे. आप लोग ये कैलकुलेट करेंगे. दिस इज होमवर्क and you have to tell me the standard deviation for this example in today's lecture. ये आप लोगों को मुझे कल बोलना है, ठीक है. अंडरस्टूड. यस और नो. समझ में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है. करेक्ट. प्रमोदिनी इज सेइंग 3.15. प्रमोदिनी इज सेइंग 3.15%. वेरी गुड. और जो स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन है उसका फॉर्मूला है अंडर रूट्स जो कुछ भी फॉर्मूला है डिवाइडेड बाय n-1 वो लगा के आपको स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन कैलकुलेट करके मुझे कल बताना है, ठीक है. ठीक है. सो विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट. ये क्या है. हाँ ये तो हम लोगों ने दिया है. इसका मीन आ जाएगा ये 6.6 हमने कैलकुलेट कर दिखा है, ठीक है. चलो देन वी विल मूव फॉरवर्ड टू द मिनिमाइजेशन ऑफ एरर्स. we will move forward to the minimization of errors. So we can minimize the determinate error or systematic error. Why we can minimize the determinate error or systematic error? Because we know the origin of that error. We know the reason behind that error. As we know the reason behind that error, we can avoid that particular point or that particular reason while doing the experiment. So we can minimize that error, or in some cases we can avoid that error also. In some cases we can avoid the error also, but generally minimization of error are there. So we will see how many methods or how many steps or ways are there by which we can minimize the error. So there are these 9 errors are there. कितने errors है? ये 9 errors है. कौन से एरर है? सो फर्स्ट एरर इज कैलिब्रेशन ऑफ apparatus एंड एप्लीकेशन ऑफ करेक्शंस. फॉर एग्जांपल फर्स्ट जो है मिनिमाइजेशन ऑफ एरर फर्स्ट टाइप है कैलिब्रेशन ऑफ apparatus एंड एप्लीकेशन एंड करेक्शन. यू कैन राइट डाउन दिस 9 points also. Then running the black determination, next type है running the black determination. Third type है minimization of error, running a control determination, running a control determination. Fourth point क्या है? Fourth point independent method of analysis. Fourth point is independent method of analysis. The fifth point, name of the fifth point, running a parallel determination, running a parallel determination. Then sixth one is standard addition methods. There are some standard which we can add during the titration of that particular reaction, so it is called as a standard addition method. Then internal standard addition method, seventh number, point number 7, internal standard addition method. Then amplification of methods and isotopic solution. So these 9 methods are there by which we can minimize the error. So we will see in detail these all 9 points. Okay, so first we will start with the calibration of apparatus and application of corrections. For example, we will see starts with the first point, that is calibration of apparatus. So calibrate the instrument against the standard. So in this what is to be done? We have to calibrate the instrument against the standard. जो कुछ भी standard आपके पास available है, so we know the value of that standard. For example, pH meter, we can standardize the pH meter by knowing the pH 4, pH 7 and pH 5 standard. And once we calibrate that instrument, then that pH meter you can use for your particular reaction. In some cases, now here in some cases error cannot be removed, it is possible to apply a correction. Now in some cases, so for example 0.1% error, that is to be correction. Now you have to minus, or you have to subtract that error or that correction from your actual result. So that is called as a application of corrections. For correction is there 1% correction, 2% correction से कभी कभी कौन से किसी experiment ना that error, or we cannot remove that error, it is always present in there. So we can know the how much percentage is error in that particular reaction, and we can minimize, or we can subtract that error from your experimental result. So calibration of apparatus is very important. For example, pH meter we have seen. For example, conductometer, we have to calibrate that. Why that particular instrument needs to get calibrated? Because of what happens over the period of time, or by using it many times, the response or performance of that instrument may get a change. With the time, what happens, performance of that pH meter or whatever the electrode, they will get changed with the time. So due to this reason, we have to calibrate that particular apparatus or instrument. And for example, in some cases error we cannot calibrate it, or we cannot remove that error. So in that case you have to apply the corrections. उस चीज में क्या हो जाता है, corrections apply करने की जरूरत पड़ जाती है. ठीक है, so this is the first point, calibration and application of corrections. Then second point is running the black determination. Running the black determination. Now for example, to carry out a separate determination of back and blank experiment and find out the effect of added impurities through the reagent and vessel. Now in blank determination क्या करते हैं हम लोग, in blank determinations we will going to perform all the steps, all जो कुछ भी steps है, for example 6 or 7 steps है, we are going to perform all these steps in similar experimental condition, but only difference is that in back your actual sample is present, in back your actual sample is present, or test sample is present. In back test sample is present, and in blank we have to perform that experiment without test sample. This is the difference in between back and blank titration. So both the blank and back titrations are performed under similar experimental conditions, and all the steps we have to follow. For example, test sample, there are 7 steps. In blank also, or without test sample, you have to perform the 7 steps also. But the difference is what? Here test sample is present, and here test sample is absent. And by knowing the value of test sample and blank experiments, so we can find out the difference between blank and back titrations, and this is carried out because this experiment that is running blank determination is carried out or to find out the error which occurs due to the reagent or vessels or that particular instrument. Okay, so this is the running of blank determination step is performed to minimize the error. Then next, running a control determination. Then we have to perform or you may require to perform a control determination. So what is this control determination? This control determination is, it is applicable only in certain cases, not all the experiment it is applicable, but it is applicable only in certain cases. Where, which cases we have to apply or we have to run the control determinations? Where we know the standard samples, we know the standard samples, or these known or standard samples are commercially available. For example, this sodium oxalate, KHP, benzoic acids, we know the exact concentration of this sample, we know the, or we for example, these are commercially available sample. Now this sodium oxalate, KHP, that is potassium hydrogen tholate, benzoic acid, in this case only we have to perform a running control determinations. नाउ क्यों करते हैं हम लोग? क्योंकि वो जो नॉन है और जो स्टैंडर्ड्स है दैट आर कमर्शियली अवेलेबल, और इसका जो कुछ भी एनालिसिस है, व्हाट एवर द एनालिसिस ऑफ दिस ऑल स्टैंडर्ड सब्सटेंस, दे आर परफॉर्म और दे आर ऑलरेडी कैरिड आउट बाय सम अदर स्किल्ड पर्सन और स्किल एनालिसिस्ट, देन ओनली वी कैन परफॉर्म द कंट्रोल रनिंग डिटर्मिनेशंस. नाउ to perform or to know the result of unknown concentration, this formula you have to use. ये फॉर्मूला आप लोगों को यूज करना है. क्या है ये फॉर्मूला? फॉर्मूला इज रिजल्ट फाउंड फॉर स्टैंडर्ड, दैट मीन्स दिस कंपाउंड्स, एंड रिजल्ट फाउंड योर अननोन सैंपल मीन्स योर टेस्ट सैंपल. Result found for standard divided by result found for unknown or test sample equals to weight of constituents in standard. जो कुछ भी स्टैंडर्ड्स का वेट आपने लिया है ग्राम में, मिलीग्राम में, that weight, and here weight of the constituents is unknown. These weight and this weight is similar. So by knowing these all three value, these three value you can find out for the result for unknown compound, that is test sample. ठीक है? Then okay, independent method of analysis. Fourth method is independent method of analysis. Now this independent method of analysis, it is used in case of a particular constituent. For example, one experiment is there, or one this iron, we can say this iron is there, so we can perform or we can find out the percentage of iron by two different manner. We can find out the constituent or amount of that particular constituent by carrying out that analysis in a two different manner. Though techniques available hai to find out the result for that particular reactions. For example, this percentage of iron, we can estimate that percentage of iron by gravimetric analysis and volumetric analysis. Now this gravimetric analysis is one type, and this volumetric analysis, they are second type. So we can find out the percentage of iron by either gravimetric or volumetric analysis. Now what is this gravimetric analysis? For example, if you have take iron ore, Fe ore is there, and उसको आपने precipitate किया है, for example iron hydroxide, by using a precipitating reagent, and after this PPT formation, red color precipitate you will get from ferric hydroxide. After this red color precipitate, you can ignite it or you can heat it very high temperature. Here in this diagram I have shown, you have to heat that precipitate at very high temperature. So after heating, what will happen? This ferric hydroxide will get converted into Fe2O3, and we can weigh this sample on a chemical balance, and you can find out the percentage of iron. So this is the gravimetric analysis. Maybe you will carry out this experiment in TYBSc to find out the percentage of iron by a gravimetric method. ये आप लोग TYBSc में experiment करने वाले हो. by using जो कुछ भी ore है iron ore के that particular ore, how much amount of iron will contain or is present in that particular ore we can find out in TYBSc. लेकिन when जब आप लोग TY को केमिस्ट्री एज ए स्पेशल सब्जेक्ट लेंगे तभी, otherwise no need to worry about this gravimetric analysis. ठीक है, so this is the first method. Then we will see the volumetric method. This one is volumetric method. So volumetric method means it is also called as a titration method. It is also called as a titration method. So क्या करते हैं इस मेथड में, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल योर ओर, this is your ore, this is your ore, and this ore contains Fe in plus 3 oxidation state. This ore contains Fe in plus 3 oxidation. So first step is we have to reduce that Fe3 to Fe2 by applying or by adding a reducing agent, by adding a proper reducing agent. So first step we have to carry out is the reduction of iron from Fe2 to Fe3, reduction of iron from Fe2 to Fe3, and then take this solution for a titration or volumetric titration, and you can titrate this experiment with oxidizing agent. You can titrate this experiment with oxidizing agent. So again what will happen, this iron again will get converted into the iron 3 plus. So by adding oxidizing agents, and if you shake it you can know the end point of the reactions. आपको end point मिल जाएगा reactions का, and by knowing that end point in ml you can find out the percentage of iron in that particular ore. One equation is there, that equation you have to apply for calculation, and from this experiment you can find out. So there are two ways of finding out the percentage of iron in ore sample. कौन से दो ways है? One is gravimetric analysis and second one is volumetric analysis. In volumetric analysis, iron ore are first reduced to Fe2 plus iron, and this Fe2 plus solution is taken for titration, and this solution is titrated against oxidizing agent. Then you will get the end point, and by knowing that end point you can find out the percentage of iron in that particular ore sample. ठीक है, so this is the volumetric analysis method. ठीक है, now next point is running a parallel determination. Now this method is generally used in larger variations. For example, we have performed 50 or 100 experiments. Same experiment we have performed 50 or 100 times, and you are getting a larger variation जो है आपका results का अगर बहुत ज़्यादा आ रहा है, in that case only you have to perform this experiment, running parallel determinations. If larger variations in the results obtained from the determination, then it must be repeated until a satisfactory result is obtained. कब तक रिपीट करना है? जब तक आपका satisfactory result नहीं आ जाता है तब तक. ठीक है, so this is running parallel method. Then next method is running or standard addition methods. कौन सी है? Standard addition method. In this method, known amount of constituent being determined by adding to a sample, then it is analyzed for total amount of the constituents present. The difference between result for sample with and without added constituents are determined. So with or without added constituent we can find out that difference, and by using that difference you can find out the actual result, or whatever the error is there we can minimize by using the standard addition method. Then next is internal standard addition method. So this internal standard addition method is generally used in analytical techniques. It is used in analytical techniques. For example, some instrument is there and that we are performing that experiment in that instrument. For example, spectrophotometry. Here we can finding out the absorbance, OD or optical density, or chromatographic techniques is there, GC is there, gas chromatography, LC is, liquid chromatography is there. In this case only this internal standard method is used. ठीक है. Then amplification methods. Now when to use amplification method? when or this method is used when concentration of the sample is very small, when that concentration of that sample is very small, and which is beyond the limit of that particular experiment, or that particular experiment cannot detect that very small concentrated sample. So in this case this amplification method is used. So क्या करते हैं इस amplification method में your जो sample है उसका response increase करते हैं by adding another substance. In this amplification method, the response of your test sample is increased by reacting with that with another substance, or after reacting with another substance their concentration or their response will get increased, and that instrument can record that response, and that instrument will give you a result. Okay, so in this case, which case, when the sample concentration is very small, in that case only you have to use amplification method. Okay, then last method is isotopic dilution. Last method is isotopic dilution. So this method is generally used in case of radioactive samples. This method is used in case of radioactive sample. It is a radiometric method for trace analysis. See here, it is a radiometric method for trace analysis. It is used to determine quantity of radioactive substance in a mixture. It is used to determine the quantity of radioactive substance in a mixture of closely related compounds which are difficult to separate. Generally these radioactive elements they are radioactive, so we cannot handle that radioactive substances as such we are doing in regular practice in our lab. So it is very difficult to separate that radioactive substances. So in that case you have to use this isotopic dilution method. Okay, now the next topic is significant figure and computation. This is also important topic. This is also important topic. IMPAB. ठीक है. Significant figure and computation. What is the significant figure? How do we compute that significant figure? That we will see in this topic. So first we will start with the definition of significant figure. If you have pen and notebook, you can write the definitions. बहुत बार ये एग्जाम में पूछा गया है. Define the significant figures or write the definition of significant figure. So first definition of significant figure is significant figure is a digit. क्या है? It is a digit which denotes the amount of quantity in the place in which it stands. It is a digit. It is a digit which denote the amount of quantity. That means significant figure indicate the amount of quantity present in that particular context. Okay, so this is the first definition. Second definition or very simple definition is the number of digits necessary to express the result. What is a significant figure? The number of digits which are very necessary to express the results, which are measured with a certain precision. So the number of digits necessary to express the results which are measured with certain precision. So these are two definition of significant figures. You can write either first one or second one, no problem. So for example, we will see the significant figure examples. For example, first example, consider this example, which is a burette reading given in ml. And this, for example, this x is equal to first reading, so I will write this x1 is equal to 17.3. this is in ml. So this is your burette reading recorded or presented in ml, volume minute. Okay, so in this how many digits are there? 3 digits, 1, 2 and 3. Out of these 3 digits, 1 and 7, these 2 digits are certain. These 2 digits are certain digits. 1 and 7 कितना है? कौन से है? These are the certain digits, and these 3 is uncertain. 3 is uncertain. 1 and 7 are certain digits and 3 is uncertain. That means this is not certain. Okay, so we can write now limit of error. Limit of error in this experiment is plus or minus 0.1, because this is uncertain. because it is uncertain. So limit of error is 0.1, or you can write or this x1 may be equals to 7.2, or it may be equal to, or it may in between 7.4, as the limiting error is plus or minus 1. क्या है लिमिटिंग एरर जो लिमिट ऑफ एरर जो है प्लस और माइनस 1 है. सो द एक्चुअल वैल्यू इज इन बिटवीन दिस टू 17.2 and 17.2 and 17.4. so here these two digits are 1 and 2 digits are certain digits and this one is uncertain digit. ठीक है. now consider the second example. Now consider the second example, this one. The number 30.24 and 0.03024. ठीक है. Now in this first case 0 is significant. In this first case 0 is significant as it comes after the 3. As it comes after the 3. So 0 is significant. It is directly measured. So 0 is significant. ठीक है. And in this case if you see in this case there are 4 significant value. In this case there are 4 significant value. See here how much, 1 2 3 and 4 significant value. Here 0 is also significant. Here is 0 is also significant because of what? Because of it is directly measured. Now in this case if you see in this case there are how many significant figures? 1 2 3 4. so here also 4 significant figures are there. Here also 4 significant, but in this case 0 is not significant. In this case 0 is not significant because of 0 is comes before the 3 which is a non-significant. इसका कुछ मतलब नहीं है. Here the 4 significant value in first case, here is also 4 significant value. Here 0 is not significant. Please remember this. 0 is not significant. Then what is the role of 0 is here? अगर 0 significant नहीं है तो क्या रोल है इसका 0 का? 0 is present to locate the decimal point only. What is the role of 0 in this case? To locate decimal point. To locate decimal point. This is the role of 0 in this example. It is used to just locate at where is the actual decimal point present. ठीक है. But 0 is not significant. That's why in the both case significant digits are 4. 30.24 significant digits are 4. In second case also 0.03024 significant figures, 4 significant digits are there. But in first case 0 is significant. In second case 0 is not significant. Now what is the role of in second case? Then what is the role of 0? 0 is there to just locate the decimal point. 0 is there just to locate the decimal point. So understood what is significant figures or not? ठीक है. अगर समझ में आ रहा है तो we'll go to the next. Rules of significant figures and computations. Now how to determine significant figure, how to do the computations of this significant figure. I think that we will see in the next lecture. ठीक है. For today we will stop here only. Whatever the rules are there, different rules are there, how to round off figure, how to say whether how many digits are there in significant values or not. There are some rules and we have to follow the rules during determining the significant figure or doing the computations. ठीक है. That rules we will see in the next lecture, that is tomorrow at 2:30 we will see that rules. ठीक है. Yes or no? Now I will give you 5 minutes for your queries, for your doubts or problems. लास्ट टाइम जो कुछ एक दो बच्चे ने प्रॉब्लम और डाउट्स पूछे थे उसका काफ़ी अच्छा फ़ायदा हुआ है. I like that from you people. That means that suggests or that indicates that you are actively participated in my lecture. That is the indication. That is the confirmation for me. ठीक है, बहुत अच्छा लगा आप लोगों ने मेरी जो मिस्टेक थी वो मुझे पॉइंट आउट कर दी. आई रियली अप्रिशिएट दैट. ठीक है, चलो. सो नाउ इफ यू हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम यू कैन आस्क मी. आई थिंक टुमारो दिस चैप्टर विल गेट फिनिश्ड. कल ये चैप्टर हम लोग खत्म हो जाएगा. ओनली 3 or 4 रूल्स आर देयर and then one point is there, reliability of result. Independent analysis can't understand. Rajat Singh says independent analysis. You can see the lectures one more time. Still if you have some problem then I will tell you. ठीक है, okay, चलो. Then tomorrow we will finish this chapter. Only 2 points are there. And day after tomorrow I will conduct your first internal assessment, that is first online test. Day after tomorrow, that is on Saturday I will conduct your first test based on this topic only, errors in quantity analysis. That test will be on this chapter and it contains MCQ. 10 multiple choice questions will be there. 10 multiple choice questions will, some may be true or false or multiple choice or fill in the blanks. Such kinds of questions will be there. That exam is for 10 marks. That is your first internal assessment. आप लोगों को internal assessment के 15 marks है. Please remember this. कितने मार्क्स है? 15 मार्क्स है इंटरनल असेसमेंट्स के. सो आप कितने चैप्टर्स है? हम लोगों के 4 चैप्टर्स है, करेक्ट ना? तो 4, हर एक चैप्टर के ऊपर मैं एक टेस्ट लूंगा. 10 मार्क्स की टेस्ट होगी. 4 चैप्टर है, 10 into 4 टोटल 40 मार्क्स एंड आई विल कन्वर्ट दैट 40 मार्क्स into 15 मार्क्स. ठीक है, तो जो शनिवार का टेस्ट है वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. डू स्टडी in 2 days. Today you can study, tomorrow you can study. ठीक है, yes or no? Sumit Pawar, what about internal marks? So that's why I am conducting the test for this internal marks only. Internal. Sumit Parmar, he is saying what about external marks? ये external marks के लिए ही चल रहा है भाई. जो कुछ भी मार्क्स है मैं आप लोगों के मार्क्स कन्वर्ट करूंगा 15 में and that I will submit to the university as your internal assessment. External don't know when will be your external exam, whether it is online or offline, that I don't know. वो तो समय ही बताएगा. मुझे ये यूनिवर्सिटी को भी पता नहीं है. कॉलेज कधी सुरू होणार आहे सर? सागर म्हणतोय कॉलेज कधी सुरू होणार आहे सर? ह्या सेमिस्टरला तर नक्कीच नाही. सागर ह्या सेमिस्टरला तर नक्कीच होणार नाही. प्रॅक्टिकल पण बद्दल काही सांगता येणार नाही. यस, रजत सिंह, 35 marks for external paper and 15 marks for internal examination. Total is 50. टोटल कितना है आपका? 50 का है. यूनिवर्सिटी का एग्जामिनेशन 35 मार्क्स का होगा और इंटरनल असेसमेंट आपका जो होगा वो 15 मार्क्स का रहेगा. ठीक है ना? चलो. सो टुमारो विल सी द रूल्स ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर, कंप्यूटेशन एंड रिलायबिलिटी ऑफ रिजल्ट्स इज देयर and based on this reliability results some problems are there. ठीक है, okay. Rupesh Nutan is saying okay sir. So shall I stop here now? Yes sir. So after this lecture I will give the link for your attendance. That link will be open only for 10 minutes. That link will be open for only for 10 minutes and you have to write present in front of your name only. Don't write your friend sir वो मेरा friend है उसकी मैं भी present करके लगा देता हूँ, वो तो नहीं चलेगा भाई. ऐसा मत करो, अदरवाइज आई विल रिड्यूस दैट टाइम 10 मिनट्स टू द 1 मिनट्स और 2 मिनट्स. नाउ विद इन 1 or 2 मिनट्स यू हैव टू गिव योर अटेंडेंस ओनली. अगर आप लोगों को नहीं चाहिए तो प्लीज आपका ही लिखो, ठीक है. अगर आप लोगों को नहीं चाहिए ना तो प्लीज आपका ही लिखो, जो कुछ भी है प्रेजेंट और ऑब्सेंट वो आप लोगों का ही लिखो, ठीक है ना. समझ में आ रहा है. सो नाउ I will stop here. Thank you very much. Very good evening to you all once again. Chalo, bye bye.